were a parent to this kid, I wonder how you'd react.
Okay.
It's Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning. And throughout your life, you're going to have a lot of really awkward conversations with your folks. Like the cringy talk about where babies come from.
Oh, yeah.
Or the discussion about being bullied at school.
Oh, buddy.
And then, of course, the PowerPoint presentation for why you don't go number 1 in the swimming pool.
Dude, some adults still need that PowerPoint if you could pass it along.
Yeah, you don't go number 1. It's only for number 2.
No, there's no flush.
No, I learned it the hard way. But one mother in the Hamptons is making news today because she had to have a conversation with her son that was way more uncomfortable than any of those things I just mentioned. Her name's being kept anonymous, and you'll understand why in just a minute, but for this segment, we're just going to call her Beverly.
Okay, because she's in the Hamptons.
Yes. So, Beverly had a 20-year-old son who's currently enrolled at a very prestigious university.
Of course, it's prestigious.
But ever since the pandemic hit, he's been forced to live at home with his parents. And while he's been waiting for school to open back up again, he took a part-time job at a local restaurant in his hometown. And one day, while Beverly's son was at work, she was busy cleaning his bedroom, and as she was sorting out his closet, she discovered something shocking. It was a bag filled with $100,000 in cash.
What?
Yeah.
My God.
Okay, what kind of tips are they making in the Hamptons?
That's what I'm
Yeah,
wondering.
dog.
Bev, of course, freaked out, and she immediately went to her husband, and they assumed all the worst-case scenarios.
Dude, drug dealer. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right
Oh,
away.
yeah, for
Totally.
sure.
Right away.
That was-
Or he stole it
Yeah.
from a drug dealer.
From a drug dealer.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, who has a
There's definitely drugs
Yeah.
involved somewhere.
Totally.
They were thinking all those options were possible. Drug dealer, bank robbery, was he laundering money for the Mexican cartel? Anything was
True,
possible.
like a drug
Okay.
mule.
I wouldn't have enough confidence in my 20-year-old kid that he could figure out how to launder money. Is anybody else? I mean, when I was 20, there was no way I would figure that one out.
Literally putting it in the laundry.
Yeah, exactly.
So when their son got home, though, the parents sat him down, confronted him with the cash, and they demanded an explanation.
Yeah.
Well, after a long interrogation, the 20-year-old finally confessed in early April. While he was working at the restaurant, a rich older woman came in. She was picking up her to-go order, and while she was waiting, the two of them started casually talking.
Okay.
And he mentioned he tested negative recently for COVID-19.
I don't understand where this is going. How
going
does this
somewhere.
lead to
I think
$100,000?
When she heard that piece of information, that's when everything changed for him.
Yeah.
Because the elderly lady then paid for her big food order and all $100 bills, and then asked the 20-year-old if he wanted to make some good money for the summer.
Shut up.
Yo,
Sugar
I'm thinking
mama.
like, yeah, I'll mow your lawn. Like, sure.
According to this rich old woman, she and her friends were looking for a young man to help him out who was negative for COVID.
Wait, why would he have to be negative for COVID, old lady, if he was just outside mowing your lawn?
Well,
Get some.
Yeah.
Please tell me this is going around. I'm thinking
Yeah.
it's
turns out the help that she and her friends wanted was basically the full male escort experience.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
What? Some old ladies are paying for some young dude they're paying for it.
They are.
Yo, I'm into this.
And so the 20-year-olds agreed and started charging these old lonely grannies in the Hamptons $5,000 a pop to hang out.
Literally
Wait.
a pop.
So wait,
Anybody?
$5,000 and he's got up to $100,000? Like, that's a
Yeah.
lot of work.
Dude,
It
I
is.
can do that in one night. I'm
That's
quick.
a lot of old lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, his business was booming.
Yeah.
And so before he knew it, he had 20 different clients and he was making $100K.
Dude, why are you working at the restaurant still? Oh, so
You gotta
your
have to have a
parents
cupboard.
don't
Well,
find
and
out.
that's where you find the clientele. You go to the local Denny's,
Ah.
you walk around,
You
and then
actually
you're
translate.
like, hey, I have an early bird special for you.
Oh my God. Well, the nice thing is you don't have to stay out late when you're doing it with old ladies.
It's true.
Like, I mean, it's a 4
Wow,
o'clock
that's true.
situation, and then you're out of there.
So even though he was turning a massive profit, his parents, when they learned about this, were not quite as pleased.
Like,
Oh,
Yeah, support him.
You guys want me to find love, right?
I wondered why he'd been smelling like mothballs all summer.
His mom was absolutely furious.
Oh.
And his dad certainly acted upset, but I mean, secretly he was probably proud. Like, that's my boy.
Yeah.
money. Can we
You
not
know,
forget the money?
An entrepreneur.
Right. I get
Setting
it.
himself up.
They're
Future.
adults. He's an adult. He's 20. But if you're,
Yeah.
come on, if you're the parent, you got to be disappointed. Like you,
Why?
I don't
Tell me your
know.
logic. Why are you disappointed?
I just don't want my kids to sell it. You know.
What?
I hope your
Come
son
on,
is like
son.
this,
I just don't. All right.
Just because you've done it a bunch for free every single
I
day.
have, you know.
Don't hate on your kids.
Right? So his mom, Bev, took all the money out of his bedroom.
No!
And she refused to give it back to him.
No
Instead,
way.
she
Stop.
vowed to return the cash to all the old women that her son had spent time with.
No.
Okay, wait a minute. What is she thinking? How awkward is
see?
that conversation? I mean, yeah, you're disappointed in your son. You hope he doesn't do it again. But what, are you going to bring the $5,000 back to, like, Mildred down the street and
Yeah.
explain to her while you're giving the money back?
I mean, that's what she wanted to do.
That
Oh
is
my
a...
God.
And she shared her story on social media looking for advice.
Oh, my God.
The post quickly went viral, but surprisingly, barely anybody is backing the mom on this.
Dude, don't give it back.
Yeah, he worked hard for it. I'll give him that. I don't want him to do it anymore, but
keyword
yeah.
there.
One woman said, quote, "Okay, as a mother, I'm horrified, but
Yeah.
as a businesswoman, I
Yeah.
applaud his entrepreneur spirit
There
in
we
finding
go.
his niche." Others thought Beverly should donate all the money to a worthy cause since there's millions of people who are out of work right now, could really use some of that.
If you're going to give it back, maybe do that.
And then there was
Right.
a large majority who just couldn't get over the fact that a mom was cleaning the room of a 20-year-old man.
It's a really good
Just in the
point.
first place.
It's a really good point. Do you think the mom's lying? You think that she's not really going to give it back? She's just taking it from the son. I mean, he does owe her. He's going to a prestigious college,
Yeah,
right?
that'll teach you.
That's true. But text into 78592. Tell us, what do you think Bev should do? Should she return all the money or get in on the action and start a mother-son business? You could double those profits. There's obviously a market for it in the Hamptons. I'm just saying. Phone tap's coming up.